I'm Tim Miley of Miley Legal, and some of the toughest calls we get are those involving children who are getting hurt. Here are some of the ones we see most often and how we can prevent them. One danger to your child that you may not be aware of come from these small batteries called button batteries. I'm sure you've seen them. They're the wafer-thin batteries that are about the size of a dime or nickel. They're the batteries you might see around your house in various toys, gaming headsets, channel changers, and other products. When a child swallows one of these batteries, there's a severe risk of becoming lodged in the child's throat, where the chemicals inside that battery can begin to leach out and start burning a hole in that child's esophagus in as little as an hour. It sounds scary, and it is. If you suspect your child has swallowed a battery, call 911 immediately. And whatever you do, don't let small children change the batteries in their devices, and always make sure the battery covers on these devices are properly secured. Many children are involved in sports, and of course, sports injuries are not that uncommon. However, you may not realize that some sports injuries could have been avoided if coaches or trainers had properly utilized safety equipment. One case that we had was a pole vaulter who came down on a mat that was not properly placed, resulting in him landing awkwardly and fracturing his skull. Unfortunately, these problems often come down to coaches or trainers failing to follow safety guidelines or just being careless in the use of equipment. As a parent, it is always okay to ask questions relating to the experience or training of your child's coach, such as, how long have you been coaching this sport? That's pretty simple. Or, are you aware of the appropriate safety standards for this sport? These are all valid questions that you have every right to ask. Pools. They're fun, but in less than 5 minutes, they can turn deadly. In fact, drowning is the #2 cause of death for infants under 4 years of age. Most of these cases involve unrestrained access to a pool. We've even seen cases where there were lifeguards on duty and the child still drowned. So, what can you do to prevent some of these occurrences from happening? First, pay extra attention to public pools, because even though there are lifeguards on duty, that doesn't ensure your child's safety. You can also make sure there's pool fencing in place so that your young child can't access the pool without your knowledge. You can put covers on your pool to make sure that if a child is near a pool, they won't fall into the water. And finally, they make pool alarms which detect waves if your child were to fall in the water. So if you have a pool, or your child has regular access to a pool, make sure you are aware of the risks and, most importantly, aware of your child. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, over 600,000 children are injured or killed each year in car accidents because of improper use of restraints or failure to use any restraint at all while riding in a vehicle. This is caused by 2 reasons. First is when children are put in the front seat of vehicles. Look, folks, airbags are designed to protect people who are at least 5 feet tall and 150 pounds. If your child is not that size, your child risks getting seriously injured if that airbag deploys because the car has been in an accident. The second reason is when children are not put in the back seat in federally approved rear-facing child safety seats. The reason it needs to be a rear-facing child safety seat is because if that car in which that child is riding is in an accident, then the safety seat will absorb the impact and not harm the child. If it's a front-facing safety seat, that child's head and neck will absorb the impact. You can't control other drivers on the road, but you can control the level of safety for your child by taking certain safety measures. Look, my wife and I have 3 dogs, but as much as we love them, and dogs in general, we still see too many cases of children getting bitten. Most of these cases occur at a family friend's home, and oftentimes with the dog that is presumed friendly and has no history of biting. However, when that one bite happens, it can result in serious injury to your child. Asking if a dog is friendly or asking permission to pet a dog is just not enough. The best way to prevent your child from getting bitten or seriously injured is to teach your child to keep their distance from dogs they do not see on a regular basis. Those are just a few of the examples of the injuries we see happening to kids here at Miley Legal. If you have any thoughts or comments about what you've heard in this video, please feel free to reach out to us, call our office, or leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos of Tiger Talks.